Summer's almost over and you're probably already telling yourself, no point starting now, I'm just gonna double down next year. And that's the usual move. Most guys convince themselves they're gonna clean it up in May. They're gonna hit the gym hard for a couple of weeks and they're gonna have abs by June. But here's the reality. That's the exact reason why you stay behind. The truth is, summer physiques are not built in the spring, bro. They're built right now when nobody's watching. So while you scroll and procrastinate, the guys who look like you want to look are already stacking gym sessions. That's why they'll be ready and you won't. And I know what I'm talking about because I made these mistakes. I've been the guy that dropped 20 kg, over 40 pounds, and then I gained it all back because I didn't understand how to put together a long-term system. And that's what I'm about to tell you. But before that, here's the truth. The body you bring into summer isn't built in May. It's built in the off season, when it's dark, when it's cold, and when there's nobody there clapping for your ass. The guys you see on the beach or YouTube or Instagram and you think, man, I wish I looked like that. They're not sitting there looking up how to get abs in 90 days in May. They already put in the work while everybody else was tucked away at home, gaming, gooning, and gorging on garbage they ordered off fucking Uber Eats. That's where they're gonna be ahead and you won't. And here's where shit gets real. Summer's coming back. The date won't change. Pam and HR can't reschedule that for you. When it arrives, you will be exactly the sum of your decisions, and the world will see it whether you like it or not. That is inevitable. So stick around because I'm about to give you 3 hard truths that separate the guys who walk into summer looking ready for battle and bitches while you angrily ball your fist, visit a porn site, and stick the other one angrily down your britches. And by the way, truth number 3, that's going to be the one you don't want to miss because if you don't face that, it's going to sabotage everything else we're going to talk about. So here's how you make sure next summer is going to count. 3 hard truths. I know it sounds cliche, but that's what they are. And if you take them seriously, you won't just look different. You'll be different. Truth number 1, discipline is built in the dark. It's easy to tell yourself you'll get serious when the weather's nice, yeah? But that's what everybody else does. And if you do what everybody else does, you're going to be like everybody else. So the only real edge you have is showing up when it's cold, when it's inconvenient, and when nobody else is doing it. This is the time to build leverage. Nobody's going to clap for you in December, like we said. Nobody's impressed when you're counting calories in freaking February. But those are the exact reps that stack into a physique that people are going to notice in June. So every skipped workout in winter, it's not just a missed session, bro. It's you handing away next summer before it even comes. It's you borrowing from your future self. You got to understand this. And here's the thing. You might think, all right, I see. That's where the grind is. Fair enough. I got it. That's what's going to set me apart. Yeah, it's definitely part of it. But wait until you hear the second part. Because without it, don't matter how much motivation you got, you're going to fizzle out. You need this. Truth number 2, consistency beats motivation. You probably had bursts of motivation before, yeah? I've had bursts of motivation that, like, I dropped over 20 kg and they lasted up to 9 months. But motivation is unreliable. It vanishes as soon as you're tired, busy, stressed, as soon as life throws a curveball at you. Motivation is a depletable resource. And 1 year later, in my case, I was worse off than before. I had gained all that weight back and more. Why? Because I was running on a temporary energy source. When instead, I should have been running off an engine that would have replaced my mood. And that engine is consistency. Consistency doesn't care about your mood. It doesn't care about your fucking feelings. But that's what makes it bulletproof. So if you lock in a system, 3 workouts a week, non-negotiable. Meal plan is automatic. It's a plan. So you don't have to decide what you're going to eat. You already decided in advance. You just follow the plan. If you're going to do 10,000 steps a day or whatever other low impact cardio, though 10,000 steps is the best thing. If you already lock in, like, okay, I'm going to do 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes after lunch, 30 minutes in the afternoon, or however you want to space it out, because 10,000 steps on average is about an hour and a half of walking, then you don't need to think about it. You don't need to sit there and be like, oh man, it's so-and-so o'clock and I gotta do my walking. That's a lot. I don't know if I feel like it, man. It's going to take a while. See, that's, if you're doing that, if you're just winging it, making decisions in the moment or waiting to see if you feel like it, you're done before you even start. Don't even bother. You need a system. You need a schedule. If you got this locked in, you don't need motivation. You don't need to feel good. You don't need to depend on your vibes. You just take action. Now, most people fail because they rely on this inner hype. They chase a feeling. Like, what are we, bro? Like 5-year-old girls? Like, I feel like this, I feel this way. But your hype fades, your motivation fizzles, and the vibes melt away. Like Chuck D said, don't believe the hype. So if you build consistency, you can lock in for months and then later realize, hey man, I didn't miss a day. And then other people are gonna be like, how'd you do it? Oh man, you must be very motivated. That guy just has something I don't, which is probably what you're thinking right now. You see a guy who's ripped and you're like, man, he must be special. That guy is just, he's just that type. He has that personality. He can just get fit. I'm not like that. I'm not disciplined enough. I'm not motivated enough. I'm not good enough. Bro, it's bullshit. You just don't have the systems. Now here's the brutal part. Even if you lock in discipline and consistency, there's still one thing that's gonna pull you back down. That's why truth number 3 is the most dangerous and the most important, and we gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about this. And this is your environment. Truth number 3, cut off the dead weight. Now let me explain. You already know what drags you down. You know, right? The late nights, the drinking, being a freaking degenerate, just overthinking everything, not taking action, the perfectionism, which disguises itself as perfectly acceptable, logically impenetrable excuse. But I gotta figure this out before I do that. How will I do it? No, I have to. I'm gonna start. I'm just not, because I gotta figure this out first. I gotta put together the perfect lifting routine before I start. Should I do a bro split? Should I do a full body? Should I do push-pull legs? Should I do upper lower? Let me watch a couple million fucking YouTube videos. Seriously, bro, you just need to start. Put together a schedule and start. You can always fine-tune it later. You're not gonna break anything if you don't have the perfectly optimized schedule. Just start. Then we got to talk about your buddies. Your friends are going to mock your efforts. Look, I'm not doing the whole like, oh, your friends are losers thing. No, we got good friends. But here's the thing. It's human nature when somebody else breaks from the norm that we start to feel left behind. It's a tribal thing. It's not malicious. It's not that they're trying to drag you down. You may have toxic people around you that are going to be passive aggressive and really do try to do that. But I like to think you can tell the difference. So don't go around like blaming your bros. But here's the thing. The moment that you're like, nah, I'm not gonna, I'm not drinking, man. That you're taking something away from your friend. Like this is what we did. Like now you're not gonna be, they feel like you're not their friend anymore. Subconsciously. You get what I'm saying? So this manifests itself as, what bro? You're not gonna have a beer now? Like for real, this guy? Right? And if it's like 1 friend, 2 friends, 3 friends, the whole crew, that social pressure builds up and you go, nah, cool, man. I'm going to have one, just one, bro.
Go ahead and give me that 08.
That's how you start fucking up. That's how your friends hold you back unintentionally or maybe intentionally. But either way, that's the way the social dynamic works. It's human nature. It's human nature to maintain the status quo. But here's what most people ignore. Every piece of dead weight that you carry into the year is going to show up on your body physically next summer. So it's not just about food or workouts or your friends being bad people. It's about the environment. If you don't strip away the people, or at least set boundaries with the people, or strip away the habits, the routines that are holding you back, you're going to drag them with you and it's going to crush your progress. Does this mean you need to forsake your crew? No, hell no, bro. No, but you do need to set clear boundaries. You do need to draw a line in the sand and hold that line and say, this is where I'm at, and I'm not going to cross it, and I will not accept anyone else crossing it either. Explain what you're doing and that you expect it to be respected. Once they see you're serious, they're going to throw their weight behind you. They're going to become your cheerleaders, basically. You say you want to be leaner, stronger, sharper, then you can't keep surrounding yourself with anchors. The guy you want to be will never exist until you cut the bullshit weighing you down in one way or another, as we just explained. Now, here's the bottom line. All right, you can ignore everything I just said. You can keep telling yourself next spring will be your moment, and when summer comes, you're exactly where you were before, because your physique is going to be the receipt. You're going to see it. You're going to see it in the mirror. You can't avoid it unless like you're a vampire. You got no mirrors in your house. I don't know. But that's what you can do. And then 1 year from now, you just say, I'm going to start the next year. And then next year, you say, I'll start the next year. 5 years from now, you say, I'm going to start next year. And then 10 years from now, you're 30 or 40 or 50 or whatever the hell. And there goes your life. And you can't do it over. Or you can start now, and then next year look back and pat yourself on the back and say, you know what? Thanks, man. Thanks for looking out for me. Thanks for doing the right thing. Thanks for listening to that dude that was blabbing about consistency and all that and taking it seriously. And then 5 years from now, you can look back and say, look where I am today. Thank God I took this path. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, when all your peers are fat, when they're all getting all like, soft shoulders, like there's no chin left, and you're walking around looking fucking lethal. And everybody's like, how? Oh man, that guy, man, he's on a, they're looking at you like you're some kind of superstar, right? And you're like, all I did was make a few decisions and stick to them and just repeat them every day without thinking about it. It was that simple. Why don't people get it? So you got 3 choices. Start now or repeat this next year. Because either way, next year is going to come. Sure as the sun will shine. And choice number 3, motherfucker, there ain't no choice number 3. And if you're still watching, you know which choice you want to take. So here's what I want you to do. Hit subscribe right now, because this channel is not about bullshit motivation. It's about building systems that will actually give you results over time. And as they build a chain of irrefutable proof, they create deep level subconscious identity change. Because everything you want in your life is going to come from that internal change. Thought, yes, matters. Feelings, yes, matters. Actions, yes, matter. But they are all built on top of identity. And identity is built not with some kind of one-time trick, not with some hypnosis session, not with subliminals. It's built with repeated action over time. You build these streaks, these chains. You build this backlog of irrefutable evidence. That is how your inner self buys into the new identity. All right, we got time to get into more of all that. But for now, subscribe, like, do all that shit, and start building that physique for next summer. Until next time, we don't stop.